Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Learn English with Podcast Conversation. I'm Thomas, and today we're diving into a powerful topic, the importance of believing in yourself. Self-belief impacts every part of our lives, including learning English.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jennifer. Building self-confidence isn't just about big goals. It's about small, everyday steps that show us our own potential. Together, let's explore why believing in yourself is key and how it can transform your personal growth and communication skills.
Believing in yourself means trusting your abilities. It's about knowing you can handle challenges and achieve goals. For example, when learning English, self-belief helps you stay motivated even when you make mistakes. Mistakes are part of growth.
A lack of self-belief often holds us back. Imagine thinking, I can't speak English fluently. That thought can prevent you from trying. Instead, replace it with, I'm improving every day. Positive thoughts encourage action and help you stay consistent.
Self-belief isn't just natural. It's something we build. Start with small wins. Set a goal like learning 5 new words daily. When you achieve it, you'll feel more confident. Small successes remind you that you're capable of bigger achievements.
It's also important to recognize your progress. Reflect on where you started and how far you've come. For instance, maybe you struggled with basic greetings last year, but now you're having short conversations. Celebrate those improvements, they matter.
Surround yourself with positive influences. People who encourage and support you can make a big difference. If you're part of an English learning group, share your challenges and victories. A supportive environment boosts your belief in your abilities.
Finally, remember that self-belief is an ongoing journey. It's normal to feel doubt sometimes. When that happens, remind yourself of your strengths. Say, I've overcome challenges before, and I can do it again. Building confidence takes time and effort.
Self-doubt feeds on comparisons. Avoid comparing yourself to others. Instead, focus on your own progress. If someone speaks English fluently, remember they've practiced for years. Use their success as inspiration rather than a reason to doubt yourself.
Another way to overcome doubt is through preparation. If you're nervous about speaking, prepare phrases or practice with a friend. Confidence grows when you feel ready. For example, before making a phone call, write down key points you want to say.
Positive affirmations can also help. Repeat phrases like, I am improving every day, or I am capable of learning anything. These statements rewire your mindset, replacing doubt with optimism. Believe in the power of words, they shape your reality.
Visualizing success is another tool. Picture yourself confidently speaking English in a meeting or traveling abroad. Visualization helps your brain prepare for success and reduces fear of failure. It's a small mental practice with big results.
Finally, take action despite your doubts, even if you feel unsure. Try. Whether it's joining a conversation group or practicing speaking aloud, action builds courage. Each small step strengthens your belief in yourself and weakens the power of self-doubt.
Creating habits is key to building self-belief. Start with routines that support your goals. For example, dedicate 10 minutes daily to practicing English. Consistent habits create a sense of accomplishment, proving you can stick to your plans.
Journaling is another great habit. Write down your progress and challenges. For instance, note a phrase you learned or how you used it in a conversation. Journaling lets you see your growth clearly, boosting your confidence and motivation.
Surround yourself with positivity. Watch motivational videos, read inspiring stories, or listen to podcasts like this one. Positive content reminds you of your potential and keeps you focused on growth, even during tough times.
Set achievable goals and track them. Instead of saying, I'll be fluent in a year, set smaller targets like, I'll learn 50 new words this month. Achieving small goals builds momentum and reminds you of your ability to succeed.
Reward yourself for your efforts. When you reach a goal, celebrate. For instance, treat yourself to your favorite snack or watch a movie. Rewards keep you excited about your progress and make the journey enjoyable.
Remember, building self-belief is a gradual process. With consistent effort and positive habits, you'll notice a change over time. Be patient and trust the process. Growth happens when you keep showing up for yourself every day.
A key part of believing in yourself is adopting a growth mindset. This means viewing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles. When you face a difficult situation, like speaking English in front of others, see it as a chance to improve. You might make mistakes, but that's okay because every mistake teaches you something valuable.
Exactly. A growth mindset helps you embrace challenges with a positive outlook. For instance, if you make an error in your English pronunciation, rather than feeling embarrassed, you should think, I've learned something today and I will keep improving. It's about making mistakes part of your learning journey, not something to avoid.
When you approach your English studies with this mindset, you're more likely to take risks. You'll start speaking in more real-world situations, whether it's ordering food in a restaurant, having a conversation with a friend, or even presenting an idea at work. Each experience adds to your learning and builds your self-confidence.
The growth mindset also encourages self-compassion. It's important to remind yourself that everyone learns at their own pace. Don't compare your progress to others. Focus on your own path, celebrate small wins, and understand that growth is a personal journey that takes time and effort.
Another aspect of a growth mindset is resilience. When things don't go as planned, instead of giving up, try to understand what went wrong and adjust your approach. If you've struggled with listening comprehension in English, for example, you can try listening to podcasts or watching TV shows with subtitles to help reinforce learning.
Resilience in language learning or any other skill is crucial. Imagine if you stopped practicing every time you felt frustrated or made a mistake, your progress would stall. Instead, by embracing mistakes and learning from them, you move forward. You develop confidence that you can overcome any challenge.
Positive affirmations are a simple yet powerful tool to build self-belief. They're statements that help you focus on your strengths rather than your weaknesses. For instance, saying I am capable of speaking English fluently or I can learn any language can shift your mindset toward positivity.
The best part about affirmations is that you can repeat them anytime you need a confidence boost. Before you start speaking English or even making a phone call in English, tell yourself, I am confident and I am prepared for this. These simple words help quiet any feelings of anxiety and set you up for success.
The key is consistency. When you make positive affirmations a part of your daily routine, they begin to change how you perceive yourself. Over time, these affirmations replace negative thoughts like, I'll never be good at English with empowering beliefs that propel you forward.
Affirmations also serve as reminders of your progress. Whenever you catch yourself thinking, I can't do this, stop and say something positive like, I've learned a lot and I am still improving. This helps refocus your energy and reminds you that your abilities are growing no matter how small the progress seems.
In addition to personal affirmations, visualize yourself achieving your goals. For example, picture yourself speaking fluently during a conversation or giving a presentation in English with ease. Visualization strengthens your belief in your ability to succeed and encourages you to take action.
Affirmations work best when paired with action. Don't just say, I'm confident, and expect things to magically change. Instead, practice speaking every day, take on new challenges, and put yourself out there. With the right mindset and action, you'll realize just how much you're capable of.
Another way to build self-belief is by surrounding yourself with supportive people. When you're learning English or working toward any goal, encouragement from others can make a huge difference. It's easy to feel discouraged when you're alone, but when others believe in you, it boosts your confidence.
Having a strong support system also means you can share your struggles and celebrate your successes. When you practice English with a friend or group, they can offer constructive feedback and cheer you on. This connection reinforces your belief in yourself and motivates you to keep going.
In fact, having supportive people around you helps reduce anxiety. If you're worried about speaking English, knowing that your friends or language partners will be understanding and encouraging can give you the confidence to speak up without fear of judgment.
It's also important to seek out role models, people who inspire you. These could be individuals who have successfully learned English or people who are achieving their goals. Their stories can serve as powerful reminders that it's possible to overcome challenges and reach your dreams.
If you don't have people around you who support your learning, consider joining online language communities. There are many groups where learners support each other by sharing experiences, tips, and motivation. Being a part of these communities can help you stay on track and feel less isolated.
Support doesn't always have to come from others, though. Sometimes you can boost your own belief by celebrating your achievements. Reflect on your journey and acknowledge how far you've come, even if the progress feels small. Self-recognition plays a huge role in reinforcing self-belief.
Confidence comes from practice. When learning English, it's not just about studying grammar or vocabulary. It's about using the language as much as possible. Start by talking to yourself in English at home. Describe your day, your plans, or even how you're feeling. This helps you get comfortable with forming sentences and expressing ideas without pressure.
That's so true. Small, consistent efforts can create a big impact. Try speaking with a friend or joining an online language exchange. The more you practice, the more confident you'll feel. Even if you make mistakes, remember it's part of the process. Every attempt brings you closer to fluency and strengthens your belief in your abilities.
Another way to boost confidence is by setting realistic goals. For example, instead of aiming to speak English perfectly, focus on improving one area, like introducing yourself fluently. As you achieve these small milestones, you'll realize how capable you are, which builds your self-belief.
And don't forget to celebrate your achievements, no matter how small they seem. Did you successfully order coffee in English? Great. Did you understand a movie without subtitles? That's a big step. Each success reinforces the idea that you're improving and that you're capable of even more.
Negative self-talk can be a major barrier to self-belief. Phrases like "I'll never get this" or "I'm not smart enough" hold you back from reaching your potential. When these thoughts arise, challenge them by asking yourself, is this really true? Most of the time, they're just fears, not facts.
Absolutely. Replace negative self-talk with constructive thoughts. For example, instead of saying, "I can't speak English well," say, "I'm learning and I'm improving every day." This simple shift in language can make a big difference in your mindset and help you stay motivated to keep learning.
It's also helpful to keep a record of your successes. Write down moments when you used English effectively, like having a conversation or writing an email. When you feel discouraged, look back at these achievements. They're proof that you're making progress and that self-doubt isn't based on reality.
Another trick is to surround yourself with positivity. Spend time with people who encourage and support your efforts. Avoid those who make you feel small or incapable. Your environment plays a huge role in shaping your confidence and belief in yourself. Choose wisely.
And don't hesitate to seek help when needed. Joining an English-speaking group, hiring a tutor, or even asking a friend for feedback can provide new perspectives and motivate you. Collaboration reminds you that you're not alone in your journey and that support is always available. Believing in yourself isn't limited to learning English. It's a life skill. Think about areas where you've already succeeded, like solving problems at work, being a good friend, or achieving a personal goal. These accomplishments show you're capable of great things.
Exactly. Confidence in one area of life can inspire belief in others. For instance, if you've succeeded in sports, art, or another skill, you can apply the same mindset to learning English. The effort and determination you've shown before are tools you can use to overcome any challenge.
Start to see yourself as someone who is always learning and evolving. When you adopt this perspective, setbacks become temporary, and every experience becomes a stepping stone towards something greater. This belief will help you not only with English, but with any goal you set.
Believing in yourself unlocks endless possibilities. It encourages you to try new things, take risks, and grow in ways you never imagined. Whether it's speaking English, starting a new job, or pursuing a passion, self-belief is the foundation for success.
And remember, self-belief is something you can build over time. Be patient with yourself, stay consistent, and celebrate every step forward. With the right mindset and effort, you'll achieve more than you thought possible. Keep believing and keep moving forward.
Exactly, and as you continue your journey, remind yourself that you're capable of achieving your dreams. Believe in your ability to succeed and let that belief guide you. No matter the challenges, you have what it takes to thrive in any area of life. Keep going.
Positive role models can have a profound impact on self-belief. Look for people, whether they're public figures or people in your life, who inspire you. Pay attention to how they overcome challenges. Their stories remind us that success is possible through effort and perseverance.
That's a great point when we see others who've achieved their goals, especially those who started from a similar place. It gives us hope and motivation. If they could do it, why can't we? Role models show us what's possible when we believe in ourselves and keep working hard.
It's also helpful to learn from their habits. How do they stay motivated? How do they handle setbacks? Adopting some of their practices, like maintaining a positive routine or setting clear goals, can make a big difference in our own journey of self-belief and growth.
And role models don't always have to be famous. A supportive friend, a teacher, or even a colleague can inspire us through their actions and attitude. Surrounding ourselves with such people reminds us that we're capable of achieving greatness too.
One caution, though, is to avoid comparing yourself negatively to your role models. Instead of thinking, "I'll never be like them," focus on what you can learn from them. Everyone has their own journey, and believing in your unique path is just as important as admiring theirs.
Exactly. Use their success as a guide, not as a measure of your worth. Your potential is just as valid and significant. With consistent effort, a positive mindset, and inspiration from others, you'll carve your own path to success and self-belief.
Failure is often misunderstood. Instead of seeing it as an endpoint, treat it as a lesson. Every mistake you make is a step toward improvement. For instance, if you mispronounce a word in English, it's not a failure, it's an opportunity to learn and refine your skills.
That's so important to remember. Many successful people view failure as part of the process. They don't dwell on what went wrong, but focus on what they can do differently next time. This mindset not only helps us grow, but also strengthens our belief in ourselves.
Think about moments when you failed in the past and then succeeded later. What did you learn from those experiences? Reflecting on how you've overcome difficulties reminds you of your resilience and ability to bounce back, no matter the situation.
And failures don't define us. What defines us is how we respond to them. If you keep trying, even after setbacks, you prove to yourself that you're determined and capable. This perseverance is the foundation of true self-belief and lasting growth.
Another way to shift your perspective on failure is by sharing your experiences with others. You'll often find that everyone has faced similar challenges. This not only normalizes failure, but also reinforces the idea that it's just a step on the road to success.
Yes, and sharing your journey can inspire others too. When you're honest about your challenges and how you've overcome them, it creates a sense of community and encouragement. It reminds us all that setbacks are temporary, but belief in ourselves can be enduring.
Building self-belief starts with daily habits. Start each day with affirmations like, "I am capable," or "I am improving every day." These simple statements can shift your mindset and set a positive tone for the day. helping you face challenges with confidence.
Absolutely. Another habit to cultivate is setting small, achievable goals. For example, if you're learning English, aim to learn 5 new words a day or practice speaking for 10 minutes. Meeting these small goals consistently reinforces your belief in your abilities.
Journaling is another powerful tool. Write about your achievements, big or small, and reflect on what you're grateful for. This practice shifts your focus to positive aspects of your life and reminds you of your progress, which strengthens self-belief over time.
And don't underestimate the power of mindfulness or meditation. Spending a few minutes each day focusing on your breath and clearing your mind can reduce stress and self-doubt. It helps you stay present and reminds you to be kind to yourself during your learning journey.
Physical activity can also boost confidence. When you exercise, your body releases endorphins, which improve your mood and energy. Feeling strong and healthy can translate into a more positive outlook and greater belief in your capabilities.
Consistency is key in all these habits. Over time, these small, positive actions add up and create a solid foundation of self-belief. By investing in yourself daily, you're telling yourself, "I'm worth the effort," which is one of the most empowering messages you can embrace.
Visualization is a powerful tool for building self-belief. Picture yourself achieving your goals in vivid detail. Imagine how it feels, what you see, and what others say. For instance, visualize yourself confidently speaking English in a meeting or acing a job interview. This mental rehearsal prepares you for success.
Yes, visualization creates a mental blueprint for success. Your brain can't always distinguish between imagined success and real experiences, so practicing in your mind helps you feel more prepared. Athletes use this technique all the time to boost their confidence before competitions.
To make visualization more effective, pair it with action. For example, if you're imagining a confident presentation, also practice speaking aloud in front of a mirror or recording yourself. This way, you're combining mental preparation with practical skills, reinforcing your belief.
That's a great point. Visualizing without effort won't bring results, but combining it with hard work leads to incredible outcomes. Whether it's mastering a new language or taking on a big challenge, imagining success can motivate you to put in the effort and stay focused.
It's also helpful to create a vision board. Gather images, quotes, or anything that represents your goals and display them where you'll see them often. A vision board keeps your aspirations front and center, reminding you daily of what you're working toward and why.
Exactly. Surrounding yourself with visual reminders of your goals reinforces your belief in them. It's like setting a compass for your mind, guiding your thoughts and actions toward the results you want. Over time, this clarity fuels your confidence and determination.
Negative self-talk can seriously undermine self-belief. Pay attention to your inner voice. Are you saying things like, "I'm not good enough," or "I can't do this"? Challenge these thoughts. Replace them with supportive, constructive statements like, "I'm learning," or "I'm improving every day."
Absolutely. Negative thoughts often come from fear or past experiences. But just because you've struggled before doesn't mean you'll fail again. Remind yourself that every challenge is an opportunity to grow and focus on what you've accomplished instead of what went wrong.
Another strategy is to treat yourself as you would a friend. If a friend made a mistake, you wouldn't criticize them harshly. You'd encourage them to keep trying. Practice self-compassion. Remind yourself that mistakes are part of learning, not a reflection of your worth.
That's such a helpful perspective. Sometimes it's also useful to write down your negative thoughts and then counter them with positive truths. For instance, if you think, "I'll never be fluent," write, "I'm improving every day," and fluency takes time and effort.
Engaging in activities that make you feel confident can also quiet negative self-talk. When you focus on something you're good at, it reminds you of your abilities and strengths. This positive energy can spill over into areas where you feel less confident.
Right, and don't forget to celebrate small victories. Each step forward, no matter how minor, is evidence of your progress. Whether it's understanding a tricky sentence or learning a new phrase, acknowledging these wins helps drown out self-doubt and fuels self-belief.
Believing in yourself doesn't mean going it alone. A supportive community can make a huge difference. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and believe in your potential. They can provide encouragement, advice, and perspective when self-doubt creeps in.
Definitely, being around supportive people reminds you that you're not alone in your journey. Whether it's family, friends, or a study group, their positive energy and belief in you can reinforce your own. It's amazing how encouragement from others can strengthen your confidence.
You can also find online communities like language learning forums or social media groups. Sharing your progress, asking questions, and receiving feedback from like-minded individuals fosters motivation and self-belief. These groups are often welcoming and inclusive.
And don't hesitate to offer support to others in your community. Helping someone else overcome a challenge or achieve a goal reinforces your own knowledge and belief in your abilities. It creates a cycle of positivity that benefits everyone involved.
Sharing your journey with others also keeps you accountable. When you've told someone about your goals, you're more likely to follow through. Accountability partners or mentors can provide helpful insights and motivate you to stay on track with your efforts.
Absolutely. Believing in yourself is easier when you're part of a network that believes in you too. Together, you can face challenges, celebrate successes, and grow stronger. Community reminds us that we're all capable of achieving more than we think.
Setting realistic, achievable goals is crucial to building self-belief. It's tempting to aim high and set goals that sound exciting, but if they're too far out of reach, they can lead to disappointment. Break your big dreams into smaller, more manageable steps. For example, if you're learning English, set a goal to master a specific set of vocabulary every week.
Exactly. It's important to set goals that are challenging yet attainable. If your goals are too difficult, you risk burnout and frustration. But when you set smaller, achievable goals, you get regular feedback on your progress. This gives you the motivation to keep pushing forward. Let's take the example of language learning again. Instead of aiming for complete fluency right away.
Another essential aspect of goal setting is ensuring your goals align with your values and passions. When your goals reflect what you truly care about, it makes the process of achieving them more fulfilling. If your goal is to speak English fluently, but you're not passionate about learning, the journey might feel like a chore. But if you connect your goals to things you love, whether it's traveling, meeting new people, or watching movies in English, your motivation will stay high.
That's a great point. Finding personal meaning in your goals makes the whole journey more engaging. Moreover, as you set and achieve these smaller, realistic goals, they will gradually build momentum. You'll notice that your confidence grows as you prove to yourself that you can reach these milestones.
One key tip for goal setting is to track your progress. Keep a journal or use an app to note your achievements, no matter how small they seem. For example, if your goal is to learn 20 new words a week, check off each word you learn. This visual progress will keep you motivated.
Tracking your progress not only keeps you on track, but also helps you see just how far you've come. Sometimes, when you're focused on the next goal, you forget to appreciate how much you've already achieved. Looking back at your progress can be a great confidence booster.
Setbacks are inevitable, but they don't define your ability to succeed. When things don't go as planned, it's easy to get discouraged. However, it's essential to view setbacks as learning opportunities. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? For instance, if you're practicing English and you forget a word in a conversation, instead of feeling frustrated, think about why it happened. Did you not review that word enough? Or was it a word that you hadn't encountered in a while?
Yes, Jennifer, setbacks are part of the growth process. Every failure is a stepping stone to success. The important thing is not to give up. Think of athletes or successful business people. Many of them have faced multiple failures before reaching their goals. What matters is persistence and learning from those setbacks.
One way to shift your perspective on setbacks is to reframe them. Instead of saying, "I failed," tell yourself, "I learned something valuable today." This mindset helps you embrace the challenge rather than fear it. Over time, you'll start to see failures not as something to avoid, but as a part of the learning process.
Absolutely. Reframing setbacks as learning experiences allows you to move forward with greater wisdom. Each failure becomes an opportunity to make better decisions and improve your strategies. Think of it as collecting valuable feedback to help refine your approach next time.
Another helpful strategy is to give yourself time to process setbacks. It's okay to feel disappointed or frustrated, but don't let those emotions stop you from moving forward. Allow yourself a brief moment to reflect, then focus on what actions you can take to recover and try again.
Right. It's important to be kind to yourself during these moments. Treat yourself with the same compassion you'd show a friend who's facing challenges. Remember that growth takes time, and setbacks are just temporary obstacles that can be overcome with perseverance.
Staying motivated over time is one of the biggest challenges in building self-belief. Motivation can fluctuate, but consistency is key. One way to maintain motivation is by creating a routine. For example, if your goal is to improve your English, set aside a specific time each day to practice. Consistency is more important than intensity when it comes to building habits and sustaining motivation over the long run.
Yes, consistency is everything. It's easy to feel motivated at the start, but it's maintaining that motivation over weeks, months, or even years that truly matters. A daily practice, even if it's just 10 minutes, compounds over time and keeps you connected to your goal.
Another helpful trick to maintain motivation is to visualize your future self, the person you want to become once you've achieved your goals. Imagine how good it will feel to speak fluent English, or how proud you'll be when you reach your fitness target. This vision can be a powerful source of inspiration.
And don't forget to celebrate your progress along the way. Recognizing small achievements helps build momentum. For example, if you've successfully had a 5-minute conversation in English, take a moment to celebrate. This helps reinforce your belief that progress is happening, even if it feels slow.
Setting up rewards for milestones is another way to stay motivated. After reaching a specific goal, treat yourself to something special, maybe a favorite meal, a movie night, or even a small gift. These rewards keep the journey exciting and give you something to look forward to.
Absolutely. Rewards create positive associations with the process, reinforcing the idea that effort and progress lead to good things. It's a great way to stay motivated, especially during moments when it feels like the finish line is far away. Celebrate every step forward.
Confidence is built through consistent practice, and the more you practice something, the better you become at it. One of the best ways to boost your self-belief is by challenging yourself to step out of your comfort zone. For example, if you're learning English, try speaking with a native speaker or joining a conversation group. It might feel intimidating at first, but with each conversation, you will build more confidence. Practice makes perfect, and it's the key to improving your skills.
I agree completely. Jennifer, stepping out of your comfort zone is a major factor in building confidence. When we push ourselves even a little bit, we prove to ourselves that we can handle challenges. The more we practice, the less we fear failure because we know we can improve. Don't let fear hold you back.
Another great way to build confidence is by preparing in advance. If you have an upcoming event or conversation that makes you nervous, take time to practice beforehand. Whether it's preparing key phrases for a business call or reviewing your vocabulary before a trip, preparation can make all the difference.
Preparation truly helps reduce anxiety. It gives you the assurance that you are ready for whatever comes your way. This doesn't just apply to language learning, whether it's a presentation, a job interview, or any new challenge. Preparing gives you the confidence to succeed.
Let's not forget the power of positive self-talk. Your internal dialogue shapes how you feel about yourself. Instead of telling yourself, "I'm not good enough," say, "I'm improving every day." Repeating positive affirmations can help shift your mindset and strengthen your belief in your abilities.
That's a great point. Positive self-talk is often underestimated, but it plays a crucial role in how we view our abilities. Replacing negative thoughts with encouraging words shifts our perspective and helps us tackle challenges with a more optimistic attitude, believing your potential.
Support from others is essential for building self-belief. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage you can make a huge difference. If you're struggling with something, whether it's learning English or pursuing a career goal, having someone to cheer you on can keep you motivated. Positive encouragement from family, friends, or mentors can help you see your potential and inspire you to keep moving forward.
Exactly, Jennifer. Having a support system not only boosts our confidence, but also gives us a sense of accountability. When we know that others believe in us, it's easier to believe in ourselves. This is why it's important to surround ourselves with people who are supportive and who lift us up rather than bring us down.
A great way to build your support system is to seek out like-minded people who share your goals or passions. Whether it's joining a study group, participating in online communities, or attending networking events, these connections can provide a sense of belonging and encourage you to keep progressing.
I love that idea. Connecting with others who have similar goals creates a sense of community. It reminds us that we're not alone in our journey. When you're surrounded by people who understand what you're going through, it's easier to stay focused and motivated.
Sometimes, we also need to be our own source of encouragement. Acknowledge your own strengths and achievements. It's easy to forget how far we've come when we're focused on what's next, but taking the time to reflect on our progress can strengthen our belief in ourselves.
Absolutely, self-encouragement is key. Reflect on the steps you've taken, no matter how small, and recognize that they are all part of the bigger picture. Every little achievement contributes to your overall growth. Keep cheering for yourself and remember to celebrate your victories along the way.
Self-doubt is something that everyone experiences, but it doesn't have to control you. It's important to recognize when you're doubting yourself and understand that it's a normal part of the process. When self-doubt creeps in, remind yourself that everyone faces uncertainty at times. The key is to keep going, even when you don't feel completely confident. Take small steps to challenge your doubts and prove to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way.
That's a great point, Jennifer. Self-doubt can feel paralyzing, but it's important not to let it stop you from pursuing your goals. Acknowledge your doubts, but don't let them control your actions. Remember, your abilities are not defined by moments of uncertainty. It's about moving forward, even when you don't feel 100% sure of yourself.
One effective way to combat self-doubt is to keep a journal where you write down your accomplishments, positive feedback from others, and moments when you faced challenges and succeeded. When you're feeling unsure of yourself, look back at your journal and remind yourself of your strengths and past victories.
Great idea, Jennifer. Having tangible evidence of your success can be a powerful tool against self-doubt. It's easy to forget our progress when we're feeling down, but looking back at what we've achieved can help us see how far we've come.
Another powerful technique is to focus on the present moment. Self-doubt often arises when we focus too much on the future or the past. But by staying focused on what you can control right now, you shift your attention away from the what-ifs and toward practical actions you can take today.
That's such a valuable point. When we get caught up in self-doubt, it's easy to spiral and think about everything that could go wrong. But by focusing on the present moment, we stop worrying about things we can't control and start acting on what we can do now to move forward.
Failures are often viewed as setbacks, but they can actually be incredible learning opportunities. Every time we fail, we learn something new about ourselves and our abilities. Instead of fearing failure, we should embrace it as a step toward growth. It teaches us resilience and provides valuable lessons that we can use to improve. For instance, if you fail a language test,
Exactly, Jennifer. Failures are not the end, they're just part of the process. When we embrace them, we start seeing them as tools for improvement. Even the most successful people have faced failure, but it's how they responded that made them stronger. The key is to learn from mistakes and keep going.
It's important to remember that failure isn't a reflection of your worth. It's just a temporary obstacle on your path to success. Instead of allowing self-doubt to take over, use failure as a stepping stone. Each failure is an opportunity to refine your skills and get closer to your goals.
I love that. Jennifer, focusing on the lesson instead of the disappointment is crucial. When we view failure as part of the process, we release ourselves from the pressure of being perfect. Perfection isn't the goal, growth is. We should embrace mistakes and let them guide us toward improvement.
Another way to turn failure into an opportunity is by analyzing what went wrong. Rather than just feeling defeated, take time to reflect on what you can learn from the experience. Were there specific actions that led to the failure? What can you do differently next time? Reflection helps you adapt and improve.
Absolutely, Jennifer. Reflection is key to understanding where things went off track. It helps us avoid repeating the same mistakes and allows us to approach future challenges with more knowledge and strategy. The more we learn from our failures, the stronger we become in the long run.
Persistence is one of the most powerful tools for achieving success. It's not about being perfect from the start. It's about continuing to push forward even when things get difficult. If you're learning something new, like English, consistency matters more than perfection. There will be times when you make mistakes, and that's okay. What matters is that you keep practicing and don't give up.
Persistence is truly the secret to overcoming obstacles. Every time we push through a difficult situation, we prove to ourselves that we can handle even the toughest challenges. Learning English, for example, might seem overwhelming at times, but if you stick with it, the progress will come.
One powerful way to stay persistent is by setting small, achievable goals. These bite-sized goals help break down the larger task into manageable steps. If you're learning a language, start by setting a goal to learn a set number of new words each week or to hold a short conversation. Celebrate those small victories along the way.
I couldn't agree more. Small goals lead to big achievements. Breaking down larger tasks into smaller chunks keeps you from feeling overwhelmed and helps you maintain focus. When you achieve one small goal, it gives you the motivation to keep going toward the next one.
Staying persistent also means being patient with yourself. Success doesn't happen overnight, and that's okay. It's easy to get discouraged if you don't see immediate results, but remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. Trust the process and keep pushing forward.
Patience is key. Persistence requires time, effort, and sometimes a lot of patience. It's easy to get frustrated when progress feels slow, but every little effort counts. Keep moving forward even when things seem tough, and you'll see improvement over time.
Your environment plays a huge role in shaping your mindset. Surrounding yourself with positive influences, whether it's people, books, or podcasts, can boost your confidence and inspire you to believe in yourself. When you are around people who uplift and encourage you, it's easier to maintain a positive outlook and push through challenges.
That's such an important point, Jennifer. Positive influences can give you the energy and motivation you need to keep believing in yourself. Whether it's a supportive friend or an inspiring mentor, having people around you who believe in your potential makes a world of difference.
You can also create a positive environment by filling your space with motivational reminders, like quotes or affirmations. These small reminders can shift your mindset, especially on tough days. When you see these encouraging words, they serve as a quick boost to help you stay focused on your goals.
Exactly. A positive environment doesn't just refer to people, it's about creating a space that supports your growth. Surrounding yourself with positive energy, whether it's through physical objects or the media you consume, can significantly influence your mindset. It all adds up to creating a positive, success-driven environment.
Positive influences can also help you overcome self-doubt. When you spend time with people who believe in your abilities, you start believing in them too. They remind you of your strengths and push you to reach for higher goals. So make sure you're building a network that encourages and inspires you.
I couldn't agree more. Surrounding ourselves with positive influences is a powerful tool in building self-belief. It's like having a personal cheerleading squad that helps you stay focused on your goals and reminds you of the possibilities, even when things get difficult.
Self-compassion is essential when it comes to believing in yourself. It's easy to be hard on yourself, especially when things don't go as planned. But instead of criticizing yourself, try being kinder. Speak to yourself the way you would speak to a friend. When you're learning something new, like a language, mistakes are inevitable. Self-compassion helps you accept them and learn from them rather than letting them discourage you.
Absolutely, Jennifer, we often expect perfection from ourselves, but the reality is that we're all human. Self-compassion is about treating ourselves with the same kindness we would show others. If you make a mistake while speaking English, don't berate yourself. Instead, acknowledge the mistake and use it as a chance to grow.
And remember, self-compassion is a practice, not something that happens overnight. The more we practice being gentle with ourselves, the easier it becomes. When you make a mistake or face challenges, take a step back, breathe, and remind yourself that it's okay to not have everything perfect right away.
That's such a great point, Jennifer. It's important to remember that personal growth takes time. Self-compassion allows us to accept that we're learning and evolving, and that's a beautiful thing. You don't need to have everything figured out right away, just keep taking small steps forward.
Another aspect of self-compassion is acknowledging your efforts even when you haven't reached your goal yet. For example, learning English can be tough, but if you celebrate the small wins, like understanding a new phrase or successfully having a short conversation, you'll feel more motivated.
Yes, every small victory is worth celebrating. Recognizing your progress, no matter how minor it may seem, is key to maintaining motivation. When you show yourself kindness and appreciation for the effort you're putting in, it boosts your confidence and encourages you to keep going.
Celebrating small wins is crucial for keeping your belief in yourself alive. Learning a new skill, such as English, is a journey, and every step you take forward deserves recognition. If you manage to have a conversation in English, even if it's short, that's a huge win. Celebrate those moments instead of waiting for a perfect moment.
Yes, Jennifer, we often wait for the big achievements to celebrate, but it's the little wins that make the journey worthwhile. Each step forward, no matter how small, shows that you're moving in the right direction. Celebrating those moments builds confidence and reinforces the belief that you're capable.
Small wins create a ripple effect. When you celebrate one small victory, it leads to more motivation and momentum. For instance, if you've just learned 10 new vocabulary words, take a moment to feel proud of your progress. This positive reinforcement makes you more excited to continue learning.
Exactly, Jennifer. It's about creating a positive cycle. Celebrating small wins keeps you excited and engaged in the process. Over time, all these little victories add up, and you'll look back and realize just how far you've come. Every achievement, no matter how small, is a step closer to your larger goals.
When you acknowledge your achievements, it reminds you that you're capable much more than you think. It's easy to overlook the progress you've made, especially when things get tough. But taking the time to reflect on your journey and celebrate every win boosts your self-belief.
Indeed, Jennifer, every small win you celebrate builds your confidence and keeps you focused on the bigger picture. Learning English or working toward any goal requires persistence and patience, and small celebrations along the way remind us that we are on the right track.
A positive mindset is one of the most powerful tools for believing in yourself. It shapes how we perceive challenges and approach our goals. When you believe that you can succeed, you're more likely to take the necessary actions to reach your objectives. A positive mindset doesn't mean ignoring challenges but viewing them as opportunities for growth.
Exactly, Jennifer. A positive mindset isn't about pretending everything is easy. It's about seeing challenges as part of the process. It's about believing that, even when things get tough, you have the strength and ability to overcome them. This belief in yourself fuels persistence.
The beauty of a positive mindset is that it becomes self-reinforcing. When you start thinking positively, you start acting positively. Your actions become more aligned with your goals. So even when you face difficulties, having a positive outlook will help you find solutions and keep moving forward.
And you don't have to do it alone, Jennifer. Surrounding yourself with positive influences, as we mentioned earlier, can also boost your mindset. When you're around people who believe in you and encourage you, it becomes easier to believe in yourself.
It's important to practice gratitude as well. By focusing on the things you're thankful for, you shift your attention to the positive aspects of your life. This doesn't just improve your mindset, it also increases your self-belief. A grateful heart helps you focus on progress, not perfection.
That's a fantastic point. Gratitude helps you stay grounded and appreciate the journey. When you focus on the positive, you're more likely to believe that the next step will be just as rewarding. It's a great way to stay motivated and confident in your abilities.
Believing in yourself isn't just about thinking positively, it's about taking action. When you start taking small steps toward your goals, you build momentum, and that momentum builds your confidence. Even if the steps seem small, they are important. Every action, no matter how small, is progress.
That's so true, Jennifer. Taking action is the key to turning self-belief into real success. It's not enough to just think that you can do something. You need to put in the work. Whether it's speaking English more often or practicing new skills, those actions reinforce your belief in yourself.
Exactly, Thomas. Every time you act, you're proving to yourself that you are capable. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now, even if it's just a small action, and you'll see how it builds over time. Confidence grows when you consistently show up and take action.
And don't worry if the first few steps are challenging. Remember, each attempt is part of the learning process. You might not be perfect at first, but with every effort, you'll get better and more confident. This is how you build the trust that you can succeed.
Taking action also helps you overcome fear. Fear often arises from the unknown, but once you start moving forward, you'll see that it wasn't as difficult as you thought. Confidence comes from experience, and the more you experience, the stronger your belief in yourself becomes.
Exactly, Jennifer. Confidence is built through action. When you face fears head-on and take action, you not only prove to yourself that you can do it, but you also begin to enjoy the process of growth. Believe in yourself enough to start, and the rest will follow.
As we wrap up today's discussion, let's remember that believing in yourself is the foundation of all success. Whether it's learning English, pursuing a new career, or reaching any goal, your self-belief will guide you through. Keep challenging yourself and growing, and always remember to be kind to yourself along the way.
Well said, Jennifer. Self-belief is what turns dreams into reality. It's important to be patient and persistent. Celebrate your progress, take action, and stay positive. You've got what it takes, and the more you believe in yourself, the more you'll accomplish.
It's a journey, not a race. Take it one step at a time, keep believing in yourself, and know that every small step forward brings you closer to your goals. And always remember that you are worthy of success and happiness.
Exactly. No matter where you are in your journey, trust that you have everything inside you to succeed. Keep moving forward and believe that every effort will pay off. Thank you for listening, and we hope this episode helps you feel more confident in your abilities.
That's it for today's episode on the importance of believing in yourself. We hope you found the tips helpful and feel more empowered to take action and believe in your abilities. Keep practicing, keep growing, and most importantly, keep believing in yourself.
Thanks for joining us today. Remember, self-belief is the first step toward success. Keep working on your English, stay positive, and you'll get closer to your goals. Stay tuned for more episodes and take care until next time.